Airport food isn't supposed to be this expensive because there are rules meant to keep airport prices fair and they just don't work. This chocolate bar costs twice as much at the airport and it's not supposed to. So why am I paying double for the same snack at the airport when there are rules saying I shouldn't be? Now I know what you're thinking. Airport food is always expensive. That's just how it works. But the thing is, it's not supposed to be. There are actual rules against this. But then you'd ask yourself, if the rules exist, why does none of this seem to change? And this is where I need you to pay attention. Most US airports use something called street pricing plus. The idea here is, whatever something costs outside the airport, that's exactly what you charge inside, plus a small extra percentage, usually 10 to 15% on top. Apparently, this policy came out of the 90s when passenger complaints about markups got loud enough that airports actually had to respond. So they created the rule as a result. They even run audits twice a year. So I kept thinking, if the rules exist and airports are auditing, why is a yogurt still 84% over? It doesn't make any sense. And then that's when I found out who's actually running their stores. There is a company called Avolta. Most people have never heard of that, but you've definitely walked past their businesses. Avolta owns HMS Host, which operates hundreds of airport restaurants across the country. They also own Hudson News, duty-free stores, and those Starbucks locations you see when you pass security. A lot of those stores are just Avolta, one company with different logos and almost no real competition between any of them. Some airports aren't even pretending to have limits anymore. LAX completely abandoned street pricing class in 2025, so there is no ceiling anymore. And the industry's main lobbying group is now pushing for what they call flexible pricing, which, if you don't know what it means, you'd think it sounds reasonable, but it just means charge whatever you want whenever you want. The rules are weak, and the companies benefiting most from that are the ones lobbying the hardest to remove it entirely. And if I had to rate Avolta, I'd give them a 4.5 out of 10, which sounds almost average until I remind you that the only reason it's that high is because they're genuinely excellent at making sure you have no other options, which I guess is a pretty good business tactic. Please subscribe if you want more stories like this. I am trying to get my first 100 subscribers. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.